Another very romantic tune for this Valentine's Day. That's Dream, played for us by Brad Meldau on the piano. 89.9 is your home for jazz and more, and we've been coming your way this year for 45 years. Yes, celebrating our 45th anniversary, 1979 to 2024. Wow. And one of the reasons we've made it this far is thanks to you, our listeners to this station. Give us a reason for getting better and better every day and to keep putting out the great music and programming that we send your way. So thank you for being a part of this station. And stick around for another extended set that gets us into the 11 o'clock hour. I've got some Latin jazz with Hilario Duran and his Latin Jazz Big Band coming up next.
Love is in the air on the next Jazz Night in America as we celebrate Valentine's Day with a concert from Jazz at Lincoln Center. The Valentine's Day Big Band, featuring some of the best young cats on the scene, and vocalist Brianna Thomas and Voyo Satashi performing the songs we love. That's on the next Jazz Night in America. I'm Christian McBride.
Wednesday night at 7 on 89.9 Jazz and More.
Hi, this is Alexis Cole, and you're listening to 89.9 Jazz and More.
Hi, it's Catherine Russell. This is a listener-supported service of the University of Central Florida, 89.9 Jazz and More, WUCF FM, Orlando.
There's pianist Charles Chin and his new recording that also features Ralph Moore, Kenny Washington, and Peter Washington. He has worked with a lot of great jazzers, including Mike LaDon, David Hazeltine, and more. And he's also, in addition to being a fantastic pianist, he's a software engineer. That's new music from pianist Charles Chin on 89.9. We're your home for jazz and more. I'm Kayon Riley here with you. Good morning and happy Valentine's Day to you. I'll be sending musical Valentines to you all this hour. So let's get it going right now with guitarist Doug McDonald and his sextet, giving us the tune Bubbles in the Wine.
We play the most music in Orlando on 89.9 Jazz and More.
Support for WUCF comes from the Timucua Arts Foundation, presenting a weekend of rhythms, melodies, and expressions as Timucua amplifies Black voices in the world of music and poetry. Live at their Living Room Concert Hall, February 16th to 18th. Complete schedule and tickets available at timucua.com. TIMUCUA.com.
89.9 is your home for jazz and more, and especially on this Valentine's Day, we've got the music that you need. And it's just right for even two birds who are in love. Yes, tweethearts. They're going to love this next one. Art Pepper giving us some romantic feelings with You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To.
Hi, this is Judy Carmichael, and you're listening to WUCF 89.9 Jazz and More.
Time to heat things up. On In the Key of Latin Jazz, we bring you a different guest each month that lives and breathes the heart of this music. Next up, Carlos Enriquez, bassist from the Bronx who has paid homage to his ancestors, and his new album is no exception.
You know, you always hear about, I gotta have goosebumps when I listen to you play, or my hairs and my arms are standing, you know.
Find out how he meets Wynton Marsalis for the first time on In the Key of Latin Jazz, available everywhere you get your podcasts.
All right, almost time for our jazz lunch. That's coming your way right after our 12 noon NPR news update. You're invited. Join us for our special Valentine's Day jazz lunch coming up. But first, how about one of the best romantic songs of all times? Here's Nat King Cole with L-O-V-E, Love.
Hello, this is trumpeter Terrell Stafford, and you're tuned to 89.9 Jazz and More.
Hi, it's Linda Cole. This is a listener-supported service of the University of Central Florida, 89.9 Jazz and More, WUCF FM, Orlando.
Live from NPR News in New York City, I'm Duahlisai Kautau. Democrats flipped a Republican seat in a special election in New York last night. It was to replace ousted Congressman George Santos. Border security was a leading issue, as NPR's Deirdre Walsh reports.
Democrat Tom Suozzi told supporters on Long Island the voters are focused on immigration and the economy and want lawmakers to work on bipartisan solutions.
It's time to move beyond the petty partisan bickering and the finger pointing. It's time to focus on how to solve the problems.
The former three-term House member defeated Republican Nassau County legislator Mazi Pilip and criticized her for opposing the bipartisan Senate border bill. Moderate suburban voters in this district say the influx of migrants into New York City is impacting the local economy and jobs. Suozzi's strategy could be a model for other swing races in November. Deirdre Walsh, NPR News.
Federal accident investigators are pushing for better cockpit voice recorders in many planes. NPR's Joel Rose reports the investigators say the current standard is not long enough to preserve crucial evidence.
The National Transportation Safety Board wants all cockpit voice recorders to capture 25 hours of audio, up from the current standard of 2 hours. The NTSB says that's not enough. The agency cites at least 14 times when lost evidence has hindered its investigations, including the incident last month when a door plug panel blew out of an Alaska Airlines jet in midair. Cockpit voice recorders are designed to capture conversations between pilots and any other noises that might help investigators. A proposal from the Federal Aviation Administration would require the 25-hour standard, but only for newer planes. The NTSB is pushing to retrofit all aircraft with better voice recorders. Joel Rose, NPR News, Washington.
In Indonesia, the defense minister has claimed victory in that country's presidential elections. From Jakarta, NPR's Anthony Kuhn has the latest.
Exit polls show former General Prabowo Subianto with more than 50% of the vote, which is what he needs to avoid a runoff. Official results won't be out for up to a month. The vote in the world's third largest democracy appears to have gone off without a hitch, although there are allegations that the popular outgoing President Joko Widodo tried to tip the vote, including by installing his son as vice presidential candidate. Prabowo is expected to continue Widodo's policies. Prabowo was trained by the U.S. military, but banned from entering the U.S. from 2000 to 2020 due to his record of human rights abuses. Anthony Kuhn, NPR News, Jakarta.
A popular female sports talent from Colorado is again making history. Jenny Kavanaugh, a veteran sports anchor, will soon leave the Colorado Rockies broadcast crew to become the first woman to be the primary play-by-play announcer for a Major League Baseball team, the Oakland A's. This is NPR. The private company SpaceX didn't launch its robotic moon lander from NASA's Kennedy Space Center as planned overnight due to fueling problems, possibly related to irregular methane temperatures. It is the second attempt in a month to launch a spacecraft to the moon. The lander is rescheduled for tomorrow morning pending favorable weather. If successful, it would be the first American spacecraft to land since the Apollo in 1972. The creator of ChatGPT has introduced a new version of the AI chatbot that has enhanced memory. NPR's Bobby Allen reports the company says it realizes storing personal information raises safety and privacy concerns.
OpenAI says now when you tell the chatbot you, for instance, have 2 kids or are planning an upcoming vacation, it will remember that. So if you later ask ChatGPT to help plan for a vacation, it'll incorporate details about what your 2 children might like to do. It's part of a push to turn the hit chatbot into something of a personal assistant, which experts see as the latest frontier of AI. Automated agents that complete daily personal and work tasks for you. In the face of concerns about privacy, OpenAI says users can choose not to store personal information and can disable memory. The company argues it's no different than a search engine storing a history of what people are looking up online. Bobby Allen, NPR News.
There are unofficial reports that the Centers for Disease Control may soon change its COVID guidelines for isolating, but no confirmed announcement is expected until maybe April. This is NPR News.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Progressive Insurance. Progressive is looking for dedicated and forward-thinking individuals to join their growing team. More information, including application, at progressive.com/careers.
Welcome to the Jazz Lunch with Keon Riley on 89.9 Jazz and More. This song is just an appetizer to get you ready for more jazz to come.